Okay guys, we're back at it again with my 2000 Acura TL. I'm just doing a quick little maintenance repair, if you want to call it. I'm going to be changing the PCV valve. Now usually on these Honda J Series V6s, the PCV valve is usually located, at the back of the engine. You want to make sure that the engine is cold, like hasn't been running all day, like my car hasn't even been running all day. So usually see this hose, that's where the PCV, that's where it leads to the PCV. So you want to take this cover off and this little piece right here. Now, a quick explanation of what a PCV system does. It basically takes the pressure that is caused by, your engine combusting all, doing its combustion, and the pressures get built up right in the crankcase of the engine, where the oil sits. So you need something to ventilate that. Now, before, on older cars like these, they just ventilated the atmosphere. They didn't give a crap about the pollution or emissions back then. So newer cars, they have a hose that redirects the gases that's built up, and they take those gases and put them back into the combustion engine where they get reburned. This causes a problem when the PCV gets clogged or has too many miles built up. They start producing more and more pressure. It doesn't ventilate into the combustion chamber as well, and it causes seals to leak and blow, burn oil, all of that. So that's why you want to replace it. Now there's two types I'm going to show you. One is this cheap Fram PCV here. It's not a bad, the quality is good, but the one thing I don't like about it is that it's a right angle. Hold on, sorry about that, I live near an airport. But yeah, the one thing I don't like about this design, it's a right angle design, so the flow is not perfect. It has to make this really sharp bend, and gases don't like to do that. Usually that causes this PCV style to get clogged up more easily. It is cheaper and it is made in the United States. I will give Fram that, but it's not the best design. If it's the only design that you have that's around you, and anywhere else you have to order online and you have to pay an expensive shipping cost, then you might as well go with that one. This I just got from Amazon. This is the same design as what Honda would use from factory. See how it has, not as sharp of a bend, it's more of an angle. It just makes the flow of gases free. And now on a new PCV, slight rattle, you might not hear it, it's very faint, but that's what you want to hear. So I'll take the old one and compare it to how the new one is. Now the tools you need, you probably won't need much tools. You'll need a socket and a ratchet. 10 millimeters all you're going to need, because on these Japanese cars half the bolts are 10 millimeter. But 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, see? Do not lose it, please. But you're really only going to need to take off these 4 bolts here, and to take this cover off you'll need to do it first. You can use a flathead screwdriver, but I'm just going to do it and just twist it. These things don't take much force. This pops right off, just like that. You can set it aside anywhere on the car, really. This very loose. Just break off all 4 of these bolts, and that little thing there is a bolt tray. Just set your tools aside, because we're going to be taking off the cover here. Just, comes right out. There we go. You can just gently lay that on the ground. So that's the top of a J Series V6. Here's the intake manifold. The PCV will be that little bugger right there. See how it's got a little bit of oil on it, so yeah, it's due for replacement. So that's why I brought these needle nose clamps right here. Usually pliers are the best option for something like that. There she is. That's the PCV, and that's the old crusty PCV. Look at all the oil on it. Just pop this out here, and look at what I mean by the design of the PCV. This is the original Honda design PCV. Could be, another intermotor one that has been replaced. This car's got 200 clicks on it, so who knows when my parents did it, but it is just that easy. And see what I mean about the angle design that it uses? You can tell, yes, this is the original Honda PCV valve. I'm not too sure if it's the original one with the car, but it is made in Japan. And you can barely hear the PCV valve moving, whereas in this one it's much more free moving. You can probably hear it a little bit more. It's a very small valve, but this, I'm shaking it as much as I can and I can barely hear the thing. Let's see inside there. It's not too dirty, but compared to the new one, you know, it's going to be much freer flowing. It's going to help the emissions a lot. It's going to make your seals last longer. That's usually where these PCV valves are on these Honda J series. This is a motor that's been a series of motor that's been in use for nearly 20 years. Actually, it has been 20 years. This motor was introduced in 1996, and Honda is still using it today in their vans and the Acuras and all of that. Here I have a more modern Acura TL. This is from the 2012, but it's still from the same family of engines as my old 2000 TL. And you can see the PCV system is right around that area. It's still in the back corner of the engine. So gas is flowing through there, go back in the intake, and then get burned out. Yeah, another reason why you want to do this on a cold engine, not only is it make a much more comfortable work environment, but you do not want to risk the brittle plastic that's been on there for years to break inside that little intake manifold, because it's all the way in the back of this motor, and there's not a whole lot of working room to try to you know, bring that out. So just gently push it back. It fits right in just like that. I love working on these Hondas. That's why I'm never giving up this car. They're such an easy car to work on. 4 bolts, no drama, easy design, easy to get to, and that's it. You are done. Yeah, it's cheap. It's very easy. I think you should be safe every 5 years or every 60,000. I guess I'll show you how to put the cover back on. Your experience may differ if you have a newer Honda with a newer Honda V6 model. So really, it's just a matter of lining up all the bolts, getting that cover back in place, like that. Like this. Make sure that's secure. It is. And just get your bolts. Tighten them all down. Could not be simpler. Your experience may differ depending on what other car you have. That's why you may have been neglecting your PCV. Each PCV has its own design. Some are all metal design. Others are the more common ones are usually this all plastic design, just for cost's sake. And these things aren't, you know, that expensive. I mean, this one, the one I got was $10 on Amazon. The Fram one is usually $6 to $8. So that's why I said get the better designed one if you're only going to spend $4 more. It's not like this other one was $20 or something. That's it. Just get your wrench here and a crisscross pattern. Don't go crazy tight. You're only tightening down plastic. And that's how you do it. That's how you change a PCV valve on a modern Honda, well, not so modern, but a Honda V6, a J series V6. So I hopefully helped some of you guys. Share this video if you want to help someone else, or if you want to use this as a learning tool. Stay subscribed if you want to see some more helpful videos, and yeah, stay tuned. Hopefully I helped some of you guys. Alright, take care. Bye-bye.